Hi, I'm Jacob Torres, and this is Crash Course U.S. History. Today, we will be talking about immigration in the early 19th and 20th centuries. And yes, this is based off of Crash Course with John Green. Please don't sue us for copyright. So to begin talking about immigration, we have to go back in the early 19th century when millions of immigrants entered the U.S. because they were lured by the promise of a better life. Some immigrants sought to escape difficult conditions, such as poverty, famine, land shortages, or religious or political persecution in their native countries. Between 1880 and 1920, a time of rapid industrialization and urbanization, America received more than 20 million immigrants. Beginning in the 1890s, the majority of arrivals were from Central, Eastern, and Southern Europe. In that decade alone, more than 600,000 Italians migrated to America, and by the 1920s, more than 4 million had entered the United States. Jews from Eastern Europe fleeing religious persecution also arrived in large numbers. Over 2 million entered the United States between 1880 and 1920. One of the first significant pieces of federal legislation aimed at restricting immigration was the Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882, which banned Chinese laborers from coming to America. Californians were agitated for the new law, blaming the Chinese, who were willing to work for less, which caused a decline in wages. In 1890, President Benjamin Harrison designated Ellis Island, located in New York Harbor near the Statue of Liberty, as a federal immigration station. More than 12 million immigrants entered the United States through Ellis Island during its years of operation from 1892 to 1954. The 1907 Gentlemen's Agreement with Japan extended the government's hostility towards Asian workers and families by making a silent agreement between the two countries in which Japan agreed to limit the immigration to the United States. For thousands, the Angel Island Immigration Station in San Francisco Bay would be as close as they would ever get to the American mainland. Two other key terms to keep in mind when talking about the history behind immigration are melting pot and nativism. The melting pot is a metaphor for a society where many different types of people blend together as one. America is often called a melting pot. It is particularly used to describe the assimilation of immigrants to the United States. The nativists believed that they were the true Native Americans, despite their being descended from immigrants themselves. In response to the waves of immigration in the mid-19th century, nativists created political parties and tried to limit the rights of immigrants. And that is all for we have today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.